I am Muhammad Ali, lecturer in English from Government Postgraduate College, Atak. This class is for first year English. This is online class about visit to small planet, and I am going to revise my first lecture that was about Gore Vidal. As we know that Gore Vidal was born in 1925 and he died in 2012. He was an American writer and public intellectual. He belonged to upper class political family. His full name is Eugene Luther Gore Vidal. On his birth, his name was Eugene Louis Vidal. The middle name, Louis, was a mistake on the part of his father, who could not remember for certain whether his own name was Eugene Louis or Eugene Luther. However, we know that Gore Vidal was born on 3rd October 1925 in the Cadet Hospital of the United States of America Military Academy at West Point, New York. He was born there because his first lieutenant father was the first aeronautics instructor of the military academy, because his father belonged to Air Force, American Air Force. And this great man, Gore Vidal, he died in Los Angeles, California, in America. And Gore Vidal was the only child of Luther Vidal. Gore Vidal was not baptized until January 1939, when he was 13 years old, by the headmaster of St. Albans School, the school where Gore Vidal studied and where he attended preparatory school. Gore Vidal was baptized as Eugene Luther Gore Vidal at the Washington Cathedral in February 1939. The baptismal ceremony was effected so he could be confirmed into the Episcopal faith. In 1941, Vidal dropped his two first names because he wanted a sharp, distinctive name suitable for an aspiring or hopeful author or a national political leader. He was raised in Washington, D.C. Vidal attended the Sidwell Friends School and the St. Albans. In 1939, during his summer holiday, Vidal went with some colleagues, class fellows, and professor from St. Albans School on his first European trip. He went to Italy and France. He visited for the first time Rome, the city which came to be at the center of Gore's literary imagination, and Paris. When the Second World War began in early September 1939, the group was forced to an early return home. On his way back, he and his colleagues stopped in Great Britain and they met the US ambassador to Great Britain, John Kennedy, the father of John Fitzgerald Kennedy, later the President of the United States of America. Rather than attend university, Vidal enlisted in the US Army and worked as an office clerk within the United States of American Air Force. Later, Vidal passed the examinations necessary to become a maritime or naval warrant officer or junior grade in the Transportation Corps. After 3 years in service, warrant officer Jean Vidal got sickness and consequently he became a mess officer. Beyond literature, Vidal was heavily involved in politics. He twice sought office unsuccessfully as a Democratic Party candidate first in 1960 to the United States House of Representatives for New York and later in 1982 to the US Senate for California. As a political commentator and essayist, Vidal's primary focus was the history and the society of the United States, especially how a militaristic foreign policy reduced the country to a decadent empire. His political and cultural essays were published in The Nation, The New Statesman, The New York Review of Books, and Esquire magazines. As a public intellectual, Gore Vidal's topical debates on politics and religion with other intellectuals and writers occasionally turned into quarrel. With this, I am going to end my presentation. Thank you very much.